Hey, Kristen LaVallee with the East Valley team, and I am checking out 2967 East Franklin Avenue, a 1,928 square foot two-story home in Lionsgate, a community in Gilbert, Arizona. It's got 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and check this out. It is completely done. It is fully landscaped and very, very easy care. The lot size isn't huge. It's just a little over 5,000 square feet. If this was your first home and you worked a lot, this would be so nice. It's got just a little grass. You got a little dog. He needs a place to, do his thing. Nice paved stone patio. And then a pool. It's not huge, but you know what? It really looks refreshing. This is actually a flip property. So it was purchased by an investor at the trustee sale, and he's remarketing it as quickly as possible. He's probably done a few things to update the property. I don't know what kind of condition it was in before, but his goal is to sell it as quickly as possible to maximize his return. The FHA clamped down on flippers. They wouldn't allow these properties to be sold to an FHA borrower in less than 90 days. Because of the distressed market, they've lifted that, but they put some really strict guidelines in place to protect consumers. They don't want investors to buy these properties and then artificially inflate the prices. So the investors have to go through a lot of hoops to prove that the properties are being sold at market value by going through a series of inspections and appraisals. This investor did a great job getting the house ready to sell. It's got two-tone paint all through the house. The carpet didn't look brand new, but it's certainly in great condition. It's got little notes throughout the house pointing out some of the features, like the stereo surround sound. He had that cranked up with music piped through the house. I was taking the tour. Show's really great. Let's take a look at the kitchen. Pantry door for extra storage, and it's really got a nice designer look to it with that wallpaper up there. It's got solid surface countertops. They almost look like a limestone, but they're a solid surface countertop. Looks like a spice maple cabinets, gas range with manufacturer's warranty. And the kitchen has a nice view out to the backyard. A couple things to keep in mind when you're looking at these flip properties. These investors who are buying these properties, they are not philanthropists. They are in it for the money. Don't think they aren't. So they're going to maximize every dime of their investment. Now some of these guys really know what they're doing. I mean, this house really gives me a lot of confidence that the person who's selling it knows what they're doing. But some of the properties, clearly they've cut corners and they put out a product that's less than what you might expect. They do a lot of cosmetic fixes to try and make the house look nice, but behind the scenes, behind all that pretty tile and granite countertops, there may be some real problems. When investors buy these properties at the trustee sale, they're buying them sight unseen. A lot of times they don't even get to see inside the property before they buy it, so they don't know what they're getting until after they cut the check and close the deal. That's when they walk through and see what they've actually purchased. And they may walk through and realize that they just bit off more than they could chew, and immediately they're going to start cutting corners. A lot of these investors think it's so easy to make money in real estate. They watch too many of those late night seminars. They don't realize you really, really have to know what you're doing. You've got to have the cash to put the money in, and you've got to be able to take the time to market those properties. So when you're looking at these flip properties, really be sure to inspect the property. Take your due diligence very seriously. Look beyond the fancy paint, carpet, granite countertops, and make sure your home inspector goes to that property with a fine-tooth comb and make sure everything works. It's not just band-aided together so they can do a quick sell. For more information about buying a flip home or this house in particular, shoot me an email at kristen@eastvalleyteam.com.